The Jungle Book is a beloved classic filled with catchy tunes and light-hearted adventure.
He's a blooming pussycat, he is!
Look behind you, chum.
Yet, beneath the surface lies a narrative fraught with intense psychological conflict, themes of colonialism, and dark biological realities straight from Rudyard Kipling's original stories. Is highly advised. We are diving deep into the jungles of India to uncover 10 dark secrets that reveal the film's complex, mature, and often disturbing subtext. Let's begin. Dark Psychological and Ethical Conflicts 1. Mowgli's identity crisis and existential fear. Mowgli's entire journey is a continuous, agonizing identity crisis. He is constantly torn between the wild, instinctual life of the jungle and the sophisticated social structure of the village. His inability to fully belong to either world creates profound existential isolation. The deep fear he carries is not just of Shere Khan, but of being completely rootless, a psychological state where his entire sense of self is constantly in question. He is an outsider everywhere he goes, which places an immense psychological burden. The pressure to conform to one world, while constantly being rejected by the other, is the film's most potent emotional current. This constant displacement makes him psychologically unstable, leading to reckless and often dangerous decisions. Love, but a sad resignation to the fact that he can never truly be an animal. The jungle, for all its love, could never provide the one thing a human needs, a definitive identity. 2. Baloo's failure as a parent. Baloo is presented as the fun, loving, carefree mentor embodying the bare necessities. However, his approach to parenting Mowgli is profoundly negligent and irresponsible. He shields Mowgli from the harsh realities of the jungle and teaches him to avoid responsibility, putting the boy's life in constant danger. Baloo's philosophy is ultimately selfish. It is about his own comfort, not Mowgli's survival. His failure to understand the imminent threat of Shere Khan forces Bagheera and the wolves to intervene, proving that his whimsical world, incompatible with the ethical duty of raising a child in a dangerous environment. His reluctance to part with Mowgli is a display of his own immaturity, not unconditional parental sacrifice. Baloo represents the failure of permissive and hedonistic parenting in a world that demands discipline, is essentially a childish guardian, prioritizing fun over the existential safety of his adopted son. 3. Shere Khan's rationalized evil. Shere Khan is the perfect, terrifying villain because his malice is not random.
Who is it?
It's me, Shere Khan. I'd like a word with you, if you don't mind.
It is rationally justified by instinct and history. He carries a deep, ancestral hatred of man, knowing that man is the ultimate destroyer of the jungle. On a dark, necessary truth, man's presence inevitably leads to death and destruction. He operates not out of simple cruelty, but out of a calculated defense of his domain. This rationalization makes him a more complex and morally challenging villain, a destructive force acting on a justifiable, deep-seated fear of human encroachment. The film never truly refutes Shere Khan's core philosophical argument. It only defeats him physically. He views himself as a martyr for the wilderness, acting as the jungle's immune system against an invasive species. The tiger's fear is a prophecy. History proves correct, lending a tragic validity to his destructive mission. Biological realities and the dark laws of nature. 4. Ka's predatory nature and psychological manipulation. Ka, the python, is arguably the most psychologically dark character. He doesn't rely on brute force. He uses hypnotic suggestion and predatory psychological manipulation to lure Mowgli. His method is purely to disable his victim's judgment before consuming him, reflecting a chilling, cold, blooded approach to survival. The scenes with Ka are intensely claustrophobic and terrifying because they showcase the dark, silent efficiency of a creature whose only goal is to devour the innocent. The python represents the inescapable dangers of the wild that operate without malice, only hunger. Ka is the embodiment of deceitful charisma. A creature whose voice and gaze are weapons of mass sedation, his power lies in making his victim feel safe and cherished just before the final, fatal squeeze. The python's relentless hunger is the film's most visceral reminder of the jungle's cold, uncaring morality. 5. Akela's death and the law of the jungle. The film softens the reality of Kipling's original stories, where the law of the jungle is brutal and unforgiving. In the book, the aging leader Akela is driven away and later killed because he becomes weak and can no longer hunt. The underlying message, ruthless, the jungle has no room for the weak, the old, or the ineffective. The film's lighthearted tone disguises this dark, Hobbesian reality where strength is the only morality. The jungle's only rule is survival, and failure to contribute is a death sentence. Loyalty has a strict expiration date when measured against the pack's survival. The law is a machine of pure efficiency, demanding the expulsion of any member who becomes a liability. The film hints that true compassion is a human luxury that the fierce, unforgiving jungle cannot afford. 6. King Louie and the colonial subtext. King Louie, the orangutan who desperately desires to be human.
We got him, King Louie! Here he is! Man, we got him! We got him!
Carries a deeply uncomfortable colonial subtext. Louie is portrayed as an ambitious, jazz-singing creature who wants man's red flower fire/knowledge to gain status. Character and portrayal perpetuate harmful racial stereotypes, depicting a desire for civilization through mimicry. His ambition represents the colonial perspective that native cultures must imitate the colonizer man to achieve true power. Adding an uneasy political dimension to his otherwise catchy song, Louie's frantic behavior symbolizes the desperate struggle for acceptance and power within a system designed to keep him inferior. His character is a tragic figure, corrupted by the very civilization he is trying to achieve. His desire for fire is a doomed quest for technological power that he is biologically incapable of controlling. The threat of civilization and the ending. 7. The true danger of the Man Village. The Man Village is presented as Mowgli's safe, inevitable destiny, yet it represents the ultimate threat to the jungle's existence. The film hints at this by showing the girl fetching water with a pot, a symbol of human tools, settlement, and the use of fire. Destruction. The village is the seed of future devastation. By accepting the village, Mowgli is essentially crossing over to the side that will ultimately destroy his wolf family and their way of life. His final choice, though seemingly romantic, is a betrayal of the jungle's fragile ecosystem. Mowgli's departure ensures the jungle's physical survival in the short term, but seals its death warrant in the long run. The girl's seductive song and gaze are the manipulative tool of civilization, luring him away from his natural path. The entire happy ending is built on a looming environ. Tragedy that the characters are blissfully unaware of. 8. Bagheera's pragmatic cruelty. Bagheera, the Black Panther, is Mowgli's true, responsible guardian, but he operates with pragmatic cruelty. He understands the law of the jungle better than anyone and knows that Mowgli must be removed for his own survival. Bagheera's actions are driven by a cold, ethical necessity rather than emotional desire. He forces the situation, often dragging Mowgli against his will, because he understands the consequences of sentimentality in the wild. His mentorship is an emotionally distant one, rooted in hard truths and the necessity of painful separation. Sacrifices emotional closeness and personal attachment for the greater good of Mowgli's survival. Bagheera embodies the painful truth that genuine love sometimes requires acts that appear cruel. His silent relief at the end is the quiet victory of responsibility over emotion. 9. The hypocrisy of the wolf pack. The wolf pack, which adopted Mowgli, ultimately rejects him. They allow him to leave not out of love, but out of fear of Shere Khan and their strict adherence to the law. Their decision is one of survival and self-preservation, casting aside their adopted child. When his presence becomes a political liability, this highlights a dark reality, even in the seemingly close-knit wolf society. Self Interest and the fear of a stronger external enemy take precedence over familial bonds. Mowgli is expelled because he is a weakness in the pack's defense. Actions are a devastating example of fear overriding loyalty and familial duty. Their adherence to the law is a convenient excuse to abandon a commitment that has become dangerous. The final rejection forces Mowgli to confront the painful truth. 10. Fireman's red flower as an apocalypse. Fire is the ultimate symbol of human power and destruction in the film. When Mowgli confronts Shere Khan with the burning branch, he is wielding an apocalyptic weapon. The fire represents the unstoppable force of human intelligence and technology that the jungle's animals can neither understand nor control. The ending, where Mowgli uses fire to drive away Shere Khan, is a dark victory. It foreshadows the inevitable destruction of the jungle by man's tools, confirming Shere Khan's original, brutal prophecy. Destroyers, sealing his fate as a creature of the human world. This final, violent act by Mowgli is the definitive end of his innocence and his irreversible link to the animal world. Fire is the physical manifestation of man's dominance, a power the animals rightfully fear. Mowgli's use of fire, the subtle, symbolic destruction of his own adopted home. Conclusion: so, these were 10 dark secrets of the Jungle Book. The film's true genius lies in its handling of psychological displacement, moral ambiguity, and the dark undercurrents of civilization versus nature. This animated masterpiece is a complex reflection on identity and the harsh laws of survival. Which dark truth about Mowgli's painful journey shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. Please like and subscribe for more deep dive cinematic secrets. Thank you for watching.